What's up, my crypto legends? How is everyone doing today? Happy Friday. Let's dive in straight away, guys. I've been having some internet issues now for the last 10-15 minutes. This is why I'm late. Extremely sorry about that. Managed to fix it. Thank you guys for joining. Let's go. How is everyone doing today, guys? Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. What is going to be going on with Bitcoin? Make sure to destroy the like button, guys, on your way in. You can give a smash down like button on the, not the like button, smash, dislike, because I was late. Sorry, guys, I've been having some internet issues. Let's dive in here straight into Bitcoin. Now, let's analyze the situation, guys. We did have a relatively nice drop from yesterday. We're going to go through this scenario right away. What happened yesterday? Why did we get, this massive rejection? So we are going to go through this now in the next coming minutes, guys. Let me know if you can hear me properly here in the comment section, if this connection is good. Mallorca Crypto Legends says Pablo Arroyo. What's up, Crypto Legends? Father Time. Guys, let me know if you can hear me, if everything is good. Because, I've been having these internet issues today, and I'm not happy, guys. And you are probably not happy as well. So let me know in the comment section if the connection is good, you can hear me, and we'll go through Bitcoin right away, guys. Remember, we do have still quite a lot of liquidity above $25,200. Are we going to manage to go up there? We're going to talk about the support, why we got to bounce from this level, why we did reject from this range as well. I am still in part of this short position here because of the swing failure. Managed to re-enter here with two different contracts, closed half 50% at this range, trying to ride this to see if we're going to go even lower. But this chart is telling me something else. There is just huge amount of liquidity, just $1,000 away, right? We're just $1,000 away from the current price action, from grabbing all of this liquidity, guys. So why not have a quick wick to the upside above $25,000 and grab all of that liquidity? We're going to talk about the major levels. We're going to talk about scalping opportunities today, right away. I like this price action. It is coming to hit a resistance zone here, as you can see on the chart, but there's even a bigger resistance. Now, you know the deal. The chart looks relatively extremely bullish, as you can see. I mean, we got a beautiful bounce here. I did not manage to long this position. I should, could have jumped onto a long position right over here. I will explain why this was a good resistance, good support level. That was resistance, of course. Now we're going to talk about the potential scalping scenarios that we do have here on the chart, okay, for the next coming minutes. So make sure to get ready, guys, because overall, if we do take a look at yesterday's live stream, I explained how, just when while I was in this short, looking for lower levels here on Bitcoin, and explaining why, guys. This is why you subscribe to the channel. This is why you are here, to know exactly why was this a good shorting opportunity, giving you in detail, that failed breakout. And from that, high of August, okay, we got the high of August, a failed confirmed breakout looking at the lower time frames, such as the 1 hourly, okay, this white horizontal line is that high from August at above 25,200. We wicked above that level. We had a failed breakout, guys, and you know the deal. From the high to the pivot low, we just got that beautiful rejection from that 618, as you can see right over here. Finally getting that massive drop. Now you might think to yourself, okay, how can I short this? Because this is absolutely crazy. We're in a big, massive, bull run, basically. We've been going up and up, how can you short this? Basically, we got that test of the above 25,200. Small liquidity grab here, as you can see. We did actually, small. It was a relatively large liquidity grab, guys. This right over here was a mountain, okay, going all the way down here to 24,800 approximately. So there was a nice big mountain here. We've eaten half. As you can see, this is like chopping a mountain in half, right? As you can see here, getting that liquidity grab. I was surprised we didn't get another wick to the upside. But overall, we failed to break out 25.2, okay, $25,200, as you can see right over there. Failed breakout, bang, bang, 618, explained on yesterday's live stream, explaining that, that I'm in a short position and we're going to be very, very cautious. Stop loss at break even. I re-entered again with two other contracts, seeing the exhaustion right over here, not managing to get up. And of course, this is what you want to know. Hey, if this is a good shorting opportunity, stop loss above the wick, guys, you can already see the risk to reward. You're basically getting 4-5 times your stop loss here with this movement down, as you can see, right? So you can get stopped out 2, 3, 4 times. You're still in a winning trade when you catch these kind of trades, right? I try to explain this a lot of the times because I got stopped out on a position right over here. Very, very small position, guys. Was totally transparent. I actually got people unsubscribing from the channel and saying, hey guys, there's no trader out there that has a 100% win rate. Okay, we're trying to get in between 70 and 80% win rate, and those losing trades are gonna be tight, guys. Those trades that we're gonna lose are going to be tight. So basically, yeah, I got stopped out here on a short position, but just so you can see from that entry point, your stop loss, right? And I'm always risking very, very similar amount, okay? In between 1 and 3%. I never do a trade of 1% of my capital and then I'm risking 10%. No, if you do this strategy, you're going to lose long term. You need to risk the same amount on every single trade. It is what it is. It's how you need to do it. So basically right there, stop loss, if you do see the risk to reward from this range, as you can see, I mean, the drop is absolutely huge compared to what you're risking, right? Just a quick brief explanation right there. We're having a little bit of a drop right now. What would be the ideal scenario here? Okay, we almost tapped this level over here. I mean, this is a large level that was explained yesterday. This weekly level, okay, guys, was explained yesterday, the $24,300 range. It was a weekly level. We had a consolidation, right, explained on yesterday's live stream. I managed to jump into a long position right over here. Too much confluence. We had large volume breakout. We had Gartley pattern. I mean, there's a lot of confluence. We're adding all of these tools that we use to give us high probability trade scenarios. And, the volume strategy was, absolutely huge here, playing out to perfection to test the highs. I actually took profits, before hitting the highs. It was very conservative, taking profits there. But, explaining why this level is huge. We haven't really tapped this level. It was a shame because if we would have consolidated at this level, then potentially, yes, it would have been a potential quick, nice short position. Overall, let's take a look here at this range. Okay, we're going to do that full analysis from this range. Where we at? Because we could get that bounce. Oh, the volume is relatively high on this movement down. It is a bit of a risky long. I was going to say, hey, we are likely to get a bounce from this range, but the volume is relatively high. I like the breakout. I do not like the selling volume. So unless we do get a reaction here, yeah, the selling pressure is much larger than the buying pressure. So yeah, we can see it piercing through that level at the moment. Still, let's see if we do get a reaction. You can see that resistance. We're looking for that scalp scenario. The volume was pretty high, but yeah, when we have a nosedive like this with this amount of volume, we want to cancel that potential long opportunity. Let's just quickly go through here. We're having a pretty aggressive drop at the moment. Let's see if we do find a reaction here at this weekly level, and then we can consider potentially a long position. But overall, the selling pressure is higher than the buying pressure at the moment, not on the lower time frames. We can go to the lower time frames and just double check this, guys. I mean, I'm trying to do this, analysis here on the lower time frames to check out this range. Is it worth for a potential long? I mean, this fall is pretty aggressive. It's quite aggressive, guys. And we're going to wait to see if we do get a reaction, meaning if we do go sideways here at this range, then we could consider getting into a long position. Let's go quickly through the comment section. Say hello to the community, guys. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. Right, let's take a look. Sorry about the internet issue. Andy closing shorts. Yes, BTC pumping. I did actually close a short. I did close that short from, but it's relatively small. Come on, guys. I'm not a whale. I'm more of a shrimp. Okay, just as you can see here on the chart. Did manage to close here a few $100s on this short position. I'm going to leave this because this could be a swing trade, so might as well just leave it. Don't mind. Position is protected, so that is there right now. Left on Prime XBT. Let's take a look. Filecoin been flying today. Dime missed it, says Bufo. Absolutely crazy. Yo, yo, yo. Happy Friday, says Market M. Yo, what's going on? Razvan, Mr. Valentino. Let me just quickly go through comment section, guys, and we'll talk about some potential different scenarios. I want to pay attention to the ES. ES just about to fall from this level. Question is, are we going to manage to create a swing failure? Are we going to create a failed breakout from this low here? It is very, very possible. This is something that we're going to pay attention right away here on the S&P 500. There is something that is a little bit disturbing here on the S&P 500, and this is a kind of a formation of a cup and handle. Of course, this cup and handle will be invalidated as soon as we come to 50% of that potential pattern, right? But yeah, we don't trade cup and handles basically here on the channel. So we're just gonna wait to see, you know, are we gonna swing failure from this low? This is what I want to see right away, because that could give us a potential good entry on Bitcoin as well. If stock market starts falling here aggressively, we do not want to look for longs on Bitcoin. Let's see if we do get a small reaction, wick, and a recovery. Get acceptance above this high again, then it's game on. Then we're looking for longs. So, happy Friday, Joseph. Smash the like button. Thank you, Joseph Amigo, for joining. Loud and clear, says Mark Dirch. Thank you, my man. SPX is dumping. You got that damn right, Kiao. It is dumping a little bit at this moment. So this is why it's, you know, a little bit risky. We need to look to see if this low is going to be broken or not, guys. These are the moments that you want to react on the chart. We will get that reaction, don't worry. I will potentially do a live trade here on Bitcoin if we do manage. Okay, we're still in an uptrend, we're still creating higher lows. It's potentially not going to be a bad entry. I'm just waiting here for the S&P 500 to see if we break down here and get acceptance back above this level here in the next coming minutes. Maybe in the next, 1 to 2 hours, basically. This is the 1 hourly chart. But you know the deal, guys. When you fail to break out a high, that is the moment you could potentially reversal. Look at this high over here. Failed breakout. You reverse. When we were hitting this level, I think most of the people must have think, hey, we're pumping like crazy. We're going to go to the moon. No, bang, crashes back down. Like here as well. We got this high. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're pumping. We're going to claim the highs. No, reversal back down. Right now, we're testing the lows. S&P is dumping. We're going to absolutely crash. Let's wait and see, guys, because if we do get acceptance back above this level over here, I'll tell you what, S&P 500, it will get a big fat bounce. This is how the market moves. However, it is only just testing that low as we speak. I want to see a wick and then acceptance back above this range. That is the moment I will pull the trigger potentially on the S&P 500, as I can trade it on PrimeXBT, or take that trade on Bitcoin. Okay, that possible Bitcoin trade. Okay, if we do get to hold above higher lows, above the weekly level, above the point of control, above the 618 from the low to the high, we're just about at that level. It's not a bad long. It's not a bad long with good risk management. Hey, this could get a big fat bounce right now in the next coming minutes. Okay, it's a range too long. The reason why, you're still in this small little structure. Your invalidation point could be below this wick over here. So if you catch that really nice entry, you're already looking for these high super claim and even higher levels. Okay, so you got a really nice potential risk to reward on that trade. This is the kind of trades that you're looking for. You're looking, for 2, 3, 4, even better. You might even break the highs. Remember, guys, if we do zoom out, we are in a big, massive uptrend. We do know that we do have some liquidity above 25.2. So that possibility on getting a big fat bounce is very, very possible. Having validation points, because if the price of BTC does lose the last higher low, which is this one right over here, actually, okay, on looking at the lower time frames, right over there, that the last lower high, bang, have an invalidation point. You got a really quick entry right there. You could absolutely fly from this range. A reaction is even better to take, guys, but you can actually see right there, right? You can see, right, we had a really nice pumpy action right there. Bang, bang, higher lows, have an invalidation point below this level over here. try and get at the lowest level possible, you know, just like that wick, okay, that we just had here a few minutes ago, because then you're having a really tight stop loss invalidation. Because if you lose this low, you know what's going to happen, right? We are likely to claim this low and go to lower levels. So invalidation points, tight stop losses, guys. Risk management, the number one key to succeed in trading. You can be the best technical analyst guy out there in the world. If you do not have good risk management, you're not going to be making money in these markets. I'll tell you that. So anyway, so yeah, yes, we want to pay attention on the S&P 500. So far, it's at that level, okay? 4,060 points right there, exactly at that range. This is going to be interesting, guys. Going to be interesting because I would be willing to put a big fat long, you know, scalp day trade could turn into a swing trade. You know, this was a scalp short trade, guys, yesterday. I didn't want it to turn into a swing trade here on PrimeXBT. We did have a really aggressive drop, position protected. Now, it is what it is. I don't like swing trading on PrimeXBT because the fees are a little bit higher, okay? Bybit is the place to be. You know, I was looking for a scalp on PrimeXBT. I usually trade S&P, but if it turns into swing trade, then good. I'll be taking profits. I'll be leaving, you know, half of the position open to see if we go to lower levels. Guys, I got something really important to tell you about Bybit, okay? And it's an exclusive bonus just for me, just for Bitcoinsensus. It is down below. If you scroll down, the first 100 users, okay, that do sign up with a link down below in the description, just by depositing $100 within the 7 days, you will receive an airdrop of $30 to trade with, US dollar tether. The only thing that they're asking for is a KYC, okay? You must KYC, but just by depositing $100, you get $30, free dollars to trade with, guys. That can be claimed at the rewards hub. Hey guys, this is definitely, you know, I know a lot of people, you know, cannot afford to deposit, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars, you know, but just this is a great bonus here for, you know, people that are starting, all right? You deposit $100. Hey, come on, you get $30. You know, right? This is for first signups, okay? If you already signed up, you cannot claim this bonus. It's only for the first 100 users starting from today. Down below in the description, okay? Make sure it's easy. Deposit $100. Once sign up with the link down below. Nobody else has this bonus, guys. Only us. $100, you get 30 US dollar tether airdrop, okay, to your rewards hub. Easy to claim, okay? Deposit and claim the $30. You got $30 for free to trade with, okay? This is for the small fish, for people that actually want to start their trading journey. You got, you know, that bonus. And of course, you got the big bonus down below as well, which is $30,000 worth of bonus depending on what you deposit, okay? You need to deposit quite a significant amount and do a bit of trading to claim $30,000, but $30,000 is also a great bonus, okay, for the bigger fish, right? Anyway, let's go right away through the comment section, and we're getting the bounce, we're getting a reaction here on this stock market, so that, you know, Bitcoin is reacting much faster than the stock market, S&P 500, so we claimed the low, failing to break out so far. We're getting the bounce. Bounce is happening. If I did enter this trade, guys, I mean, I haven't got time to trade these scalp scenarios on the live stream because I'm with the comment section. You know, I'm talking about the possible scenarios. Why would it be a good trade? Why, you know, you're already covering your stop loss. If you entered right over here, you're basically covering your stop loss. You want to take profit? Hey, take the profit. What I would do is put my stop loss at entry point and ride that potential move to the upside, guys. You know, this is the thing, protect position, because if the price does come back down to this level, guys, you know what? If it does fail, if you get stopped out at break even, this happened to me yesterday with that short, you will have time. If you see another failed breakdown, you will have time to re-enter a long position. Protect your capital, guys. It is that easy. I did get stopped out at break even from that short yesterday. Guess what? I re-entered the short. Why? Because that movement up lost momentum. We did not manage to claim the highs, guys. I was just waiting carefully just after the live stream to say, hey, we do not manage with this movement up to get above. I'm re-entering this short, okay? Stop loss above the high. It's to see the next momentum if it does manage to get up. If it doesn't and loses momentum, you can get back into that trade, okay? You need to be like a, proper sniper. BTC breaking above 25.3K. I will love it, and I think I deserve it. Legend Empero. Hey, why not? It is possible. You got an absolutely epic re-entry here. If you did manage, if you lost, if you did not manage to get into any long positions, at this range, I'm already telling you here, this was a relatively nice long position at this level. Of course, you need to think to yourself, where is the best entry that I can get? And this was just a few minutes ago. It was right there at this wick to the downside. Your invalidation point here is the break of structure. Which is the break of structure? It is this one right over here, because the last higher high is this one right there. Last higher low is this one. So you're just almost hitting the last higher low. You have your invalidation point right over here. You have an invalidation point. You're hitting a weekly level here, which is on the orange horizontal line. And you got the point of control here. That's just getting wicked below, okay? So anyway, that is a really nice long scalp that is happening right now. I would be protecting position right now. You could get a move up to the highs. You could get a move to the 618. I mean, that would be a not bad take profit zone, take 30%, 40% off the table, and, just try and ride the rest, because you are potentially going to claim the highs. There is a possibility. So yeah. I got my long position, said Richard. Hey, game on, my man. Good on you. I missed a long position, but you guys don't need to worry about me. I will do my trading after the live stream, or before. It doesn't matter. I don't need to do trading on the live stream, but because it would have been nice to just quickly jump into that quick scalp here on Bybit, but we can't do everything, guys. Here we can't do everything here for the community. I can give you that potential scenario. I can explain to you, hey, this is aggressive drop. Okay, it was a little bit of aggressive drop. We want to stay cautious, but if you are willing to have good risk management, who really cares how aggressive this drop is when you can have in a tight invalidation point, right? You almost covering 2 times your stop loss here as we going on, right? 2 times your stop loss. So this is the risk to reward that we are talking about here on the channel, guys. Got my long too, says ROY. I know you guys are absolute snipers. When we talk about a potential scenario, I can see in the comment section on a lot of the live streams, I jumped in, a protect position, feel free to take profits, profits are profits. I would even be looking for higher levels, but the deal. We need to take profits while we go to our potential targets. ES is very oversold, says Michael James, especially on the 15-minute and 1 hourly. I don't really pay too much attention on like RSI and oversold indicators, overbought indicators, because I've seen them on extremely overbought or extremely oversold. So, but anyway, this was the scenario, right? Hey, we could fail to break out from this range, just like we failed to break out here this high right over here, or this one. We lost the momentum. We like those tests of highs where you're potentially going to not break successfully, all right, on the first attempt. So that nice bounce is possible from this range on the ES. Something to note here, guys, it's not the best looking kind of cup and handle, but I gotta say, if you are trying to get in a really nice trade on a cup and handle scenario, then you want to get at the very bottom of the handle, right? You could arguably discuss that we are at the bottom of a handle here, and that you could swing failure from that low. You're just testing the lows, and then this is what you get in the next coming days, right? Well, today's Friday, so the ES is it's probably not going to get this momentum. It could. I've seen Fridays where the ES does get a lot of pumpy action, but it does make sense, okay, guys? Don't be fearful. We got in the comment section here, S&P dumping, the possibility in creating a swing failure pattern, not managing to break out from this low, with this kind of cup and handle formation is just very, very possible. And we could be testing by next week the 4,190 points again here, 4,200 points on the ES. We need to talk about that. That scenario is possible. Who wants to take a look at some altcoins? Shall we take a look at some altcoins? You might ask, to yourself, Andy, why are you in the short not taking profits? And you're talking about a long position here that could potentially come and claim the highs here in the next couple of days, or by today, or the next coming days. And basically, because I've taken profits from this short, I've already taken profits, and it could be a really nice swing trade. This could fail. We could finally, lose the higher lows in the next coming hours. This is why, if you are longing from this range, have some targets. There's possibly we're not going to manage to break this high. So if you come and test the highs, why not take it? Because you could double top here from this range. If you're longing from here, hey, your risk to reward is already absolutely huge. I think there's high probability in testing those highs. When we're taking a look at these trade scenarios, right? Bam, we talk about this market structure, weekly level. Hey, bring it on. We've just swing failured from this little low level. Stop loss below this low over here, which would change the structure right there. And where you are right now, you're already having a really nice risk to reward, right? It's almost double of what you're risking right there. You could take some profits, take half of it, protect position. If you go all the way up here, you're already getting, almost 4 times. So you will be getting double after taking that profit from this middle range. But these are the kind of scenarios, these are the kind of trades we are looking for, guys. Only here to help, only here to give that education. Protect your capital, guys. I've been not sick, guys, but seeing so many people sending me DMs. I don't know, a lot of people got wrecked the last couple of weeks. I did get quite a few DMs. Never got so many DMs of people actually saying, help me, people that haven't got risk management. And this is what we want to talk about. I'll be saying it every single day. Make sure to be quick, protecting positions, not extremely quick, but once you're in a profitable range where you have more than 1.5 of what you're risking, guys, just imagine if you are entering a trade here with this uptrend and you have an invalidation point and your trade is already 2 times of what you're risking, you cannot make this trade be a losing trade, okay? So, once you're having more than 1 of what you're risking, have good risk management, guys. Protect your position and start thinking about taking profits, and analyzing the situation here, zooming out a little bit, accepting that the possibility here and going to higher levels is also very possible. Right, let's take a look here at the comment section. $30 to sell your personal details. No thanks. People are so fearful with KYCs on exchanges. Don't worry, they are not going to give you information to the tax man. Don't worry about that. They just want to be safe in giving bonuses to people that haven't got restriction in their countries. Don't worry, they're not giving your details to some mafia or to the tax man. Don't worry about that, guys. I can guarantee that. But anyway, I mean, it's happy for me. I know a lot of people are really, do not want to share their details. Which is fine, but don't worry, they're not saying, you're not giving it, it's for them, it's for them basically, so they can cover, they can cover their ass basically, because if they do get an inspection or something, they can say, hey, this guy did a KYC, where he's from, he's actually, he's not restricted in trading in his country. It's just for that anyway. Let's take a look at the rest of the comments. BTC testing the value area low on the low time frame, says Tarun. Value area low from what range? Value area low from what time frame? Let me know. What value area low from what time frame? Let me know. Let me take a look here on what time frames. Value area low from this time frame. Not from here anyway. We've got value area high, we've got point of control, we've got a beautiful bounce from the point of control. We just talked about that right now. So value area low from this range potentially. Yeah, no, we're still very, very high. Yeah, not value area low from this range. Value area low from this range is all the way down here. Anyway, imagine the tax trying to audit crypto. Lol, no, not a chance. Yeah, don't. Anyway, yeah, no worries. On the 30 minutes, says Tarin. Okay, we can take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Value area low from the zone. From what zone? This is not really a massive zone. Okay. We cannot count this as a zone, right? Looking at fixed volume profile, we can count this as a zone and this as a zone, not this pump. So value area low, you know, you cannot do this. Yeah, this is not a value area low range. Basically, look at this. You know, this is a wrong way how to use fixed volume profile, because look at the amount of volume that there is here. You know, this is no value area low from nowhere, because you cannot count this basically. It's just a big spike on the volume profile. So anyway, that bounce is happening right there, but it's not because of this value area low. This is not the way how to use fixed volume profile. By the way, guys, you know the launch of the course was yesterday, and I do explain properly on how to use fixed volume profile. It was an absolute success launch. You know the deal. The Discord is coming out in the next coming weeks. That would be a monthly subscription. But I want people that really want to learn how to use the tools and the different strategies that are explained on the course. The 50% discount, we've decided that we're going to get it all the way up till Monday, okay? Till Monday. On Monday, there'll be, you know, that's it. There'll be no more 50% discount on the course. You got it down below in the description by using Legends 50 coupon here on the legends.bitcoinsensus.com. okay, you have the Legend Masterclass where I explain in detail all of the tools and indicators and strategies, okay, with risk management in detail here in the course, guys. It is available right now to purchase. All right, just to want to let you know. All right, a lot of people have been waiting for this, and this is why the 50% discount is going to go on for a few more days, because I know a lot of people will say, hey, I didn't manage to get the 50% discount. I've been waiting for a long time. Well, this is the course, guys. Private Discord, where I'm going to be posting every day my trade setups, Bitcoin, S&P. That is coming out, okay, guys, in the next coming days. 1 to 2 weeks, okay, not coming days, 1 to 2 weeks. So anyway, just want to let you know that that is there. I guess I need to sign up to how to use it, learn it properly. Well, yeah, I think that's why you probably used it. So I was right? I was right. You did get the fixed volume profile from this candle. It's from ranges, okay? You need to learn how to use it. It's from ranges. You know, the reason of this bounce, you know, going pretty simple here with the live stream here, just to go quite simple here, was basically because, number one, you're in an uptrend structure here on the lower time frames, right? You're in a small uptrend structure. The possibility in getting that bounce, of course, was very, very likely. Right now, we've just hit the 618, guys. If you would have longed, I know some people longed in the comment section. It's, for me, a take profit zone. Why? Because it's basically hitting the 618 from the high to the low. We know that 618 is an absolute devil. It's a level where it gets respected many times. 618, 65. We're just getting, you know, we're struggling with that level. So if I would have longed at that level, that is definitely a take profit one for me on that movement. Let's go. Right. Alif. Yeah. Yeah, guys, stay cautious with this one. Alif Ahmed. Stay cautious. Thanks, Joseph, for the support, my man. Yeah, you're the man, Joseph. Thank you very much. Right, let's take a look. Do you get a discount with the Discord if you have the course? Robo Portamos? Absolutely. You do, of course. You know, you can see it here when you scroll down. All right, you get, this is the purchase of the course. You need to use Legends 50 for the purchase of that of the course. Discount for the private trading community. This is coming soon. All right, you get the discount, of course, by purchasing the course. The reason why the course is coming out first, guys, because I want people to learn. Because I want people to learn before they do come to the Discord. I know a lot of people have been learning on YouTube as well, but it is important to know the basics to more advanced tools to finally understand, you know, the analysis that I'm sharing on the Discord that is coming, right? Because a lot of people that, you know, saying it's not going to be a signals. I'm going to be sharing where I'm exiting, where I'm entering, where there's a strong levels and everything. But I want people to understand it. That is the most important thing. This is why course first, launch of the Discord in the next couple of weeks. It makes total sense. This is an educational channel. You need to educate yourself on how we use these, you know, these different tools and patterns to get those high probable strategies and trading setups. Before you join any private group, guys, you need to understand, you know, the setups. Anyway, don't like this movement way too fast. It's a little bit of volatility. But it was a nice little quick little scalp, and you know, you could have your position protected, right? It's a 1% move, you know, with a bit of leverage. It's quite a nice move. You know, this could be key. This could turn into a nice day trade, swing trade, because there is a possibility that you are going to continue this structure, right? You might consolidate here and finally claim this weekly and break it and move on here to the upside. You got a bit of a point of control. You could get a reaction. This is something that we'll be paying attention to, because it will be the 618 range from this drop. You got point of control. It's a big range, you know, but I think if we start breaking above this level, yeah, it's highly likely we're going to claim the highs. I would be very cautious with some shorts at this range, especially depending on what kind of bullish momentum, depending on what kind of volume, guys. This is why it's important to understand how much volume. You know, we do get a nice spike in green volume. No doubt in my mind, we're going to hit the highs. Highs will be hit, you know, especially knowing that we do have this bunch of liquidity. I think this liquidity, this was a pyramid. You know, this, if you check this out yesterday, it was a pyramid. We've been eating up half of the pyramid. There's still a large liquidity grab here at 25.3, 25.4. We're only, you know, a few $100s away from that level, right? Not even thousands, just a few $100s. So it's very much possible, guys. Remember, this massive uptrend, we still have a lot of liquidity above 25.3. These long scalps have, you know, a little bit more of high probability, you know. So that was a really nice, you know, really nice entry right there. Guys, let's take a look. Just made $200. Thanks, Andy, says an ad. Hey, absolutely phenomenal. Why not leave some of that small position open? You know, wrap up 50%, 60, you know, leave a percentage open. You know, this is what I do sometimes, as you know, here on the channel. I might leave a trade open here just in case it gets into an epic trade, and I'll make, you know, a few $1,000s on that, because the selling pressure was massive. We did explain yesterday, guys, and hang on, I will go through the comment section. Andy, the Legends Bitcoinsensus website is not loading. Yes, it should be loading perfectly. Make sure, guys, be careful with the scammers, okay? Because there are going to be a lot of scammers also, you know, trying to get you into the course and rest of it. It's only on the official YouTube channel, what you're watching right now, down below. It should be working perfectly, all right? If I click on that, it works perfectly, okay? As you can see here. It does work. I click on the link in the description. This is the official website, okay? It is down below in the description. And it is working, like I said. Right. So far, hey, we're getting a really nice pump on Bitcoin. What can I say? It doesn't look bad. S&P getting the bounce from that failed breakout. I missed those trades, guys, because I'm doing the live stream. But overall, very nice. Quick swing failure, getting the pump. This ain't looking bad, guys. This ain't looking bad. We're just testing the low of the range, okay? As you can see, just testing the low of the range. So it does make total sense for that bounce, right? Where you are reacting, resistance. You get the lows, and lows. You know the deal. You are likely to get that bounce from this range. Anyway, that was a really, really nice little scalp day trade. It could turn into a swing trade. Banging. Anyway, it's absolutely phenomenal. People here in the comment section saying, wow, you know, thank you very much. Just made $200. You know, that makes me really, really happy. Guys, like, you know, where were we here? Well, we take a look at the S&P. DXY getting a little bit of an aggressive drop. this is helping, of course, for the stock market and Bitcoin. I'm from Belgium. I did research but can't find any clear rules. If you are from Belgium, guys, if you are using, and I need to, this is absolutely phenomenal because I have been sending crypto with the app the last few weeks and it's absolutely bang on, okay? And I need to talk about this, then we can focus on technical analysis on the different levels and scenarios. But I need to talk about this because it's absolutely phenomenal. Future app for payments, guys. Kasta, down below in the description. You get 200 Kastas, okay, which are going to be locked for a small certain amount of time by depositing $20, all right? Once you sign up with the link down below in the description, it's an easy application that you use on your phone. You send crypto instant and for free, guys. There's no other application that does this, instant and for free. It's going to be the leading paying crypto app. There's very cool features coming very, very soon. If you sign up and you also use your own referral link, okay, and you refer to a friend, the good thing is that you got your contacts. You can send crypto directly to your contacts that download the application. You don't need to put these long addresses, okay, different codes. You just share it with your friend. He downloads the app and you can send and receive crypto instant and for free. Being Bitcoin to Bitcoin, Ethereum to Ethereum, US dollar tether to US dollar tether. It's absolutely phenomenal, guys. You need to use it. I think it's available on almost every country in the European Union, if I'm not wrong, almost every country. So if you are from Belgium, you definitely can download Kasta on the application. Just use it. You don't like it, you can just not install it again, right? But it's absolutely phenomenal. You need to use it. You need to use it with some friends so you can actually see it, guys. It's absolutely phenomenal. I've been using it for the last few weeks to send crypto for free. Big things are coming behind Kasta, guys. I cannot give, not any teasers, but it's going to be the future app for payments, all right? Just something that I wanted to point out there on this live stream, of course. No, it is not, Iceman. You are wrong. It is not, okay, guys? Stop it with that. Kasta is no scam. I can tell you already. I know the team. They are getting big people supporting the application. Big partnerships. Big things coming in the future. So stop saying it's a scam because it's not. So yeah. Hey. Every single cryptocurrency, guys, come on. Hey, I'm transparent here. I will read every single comment. Every single cryptocurrency that, has been launched in a bull market and it's in a bear market right now is down. Tell me one crypto. We can take a look at it. I can just randomly take a look at one cryptocurrency here. Let's go with this one. All right, let's take a look at the history. Oh yeah, this one's down. Every single cryptocurrency is in a bear market. So you can, I know the team, I know the product. They are working strong. It will absolutely skyrocket as a product, guys. Not promoting any scams on this channel. Period. All right. Anyway, yes. Where's the best place to contact you for business, Andy? You can get into the Telegram group and you can tag me. So yeah. Next resistance on Matic, please. 1.7. Let's take a look. Anyway, guys, you just need to use it. Anyway, you need to use it to know. You're missing out. You're missing out anyway. Let's take a look at Matic. Let's take a look at Matic right away. Let's take a look at Matic, please. 1.7. Next resistance on Matic. 1.7. Matic is absolutely, it's having a really nice boost here. I think that the uptrend will continue. It's finally kind of breaking here the resistance zone very nicely here at $1.30, $1.32, right? We do have a kind of a cup and handle at this range. Not the most beautiful, but anyway, it's a resistance zone that is being broken at this moment. So you're asking, what is the next resistance? Is it $1.70? I would stay a little bit cautious with this, okay? And I'm going to explain right away why. And you will understand. Oh, I mean, it got a bit of resistance. If it does manage to get above this high successfully, yeah, no doubt. Look at this. Easy peasy. We need to take a look at these levels, take them into consideration right there. Because I can tell you already, if we break out from this level, we are going to claim the $1.70. The reason why I'll be a little bit cautious here, stay cautious with this movement up above $1.50, guys, because if it does consolidate at this level, it will take a big fat dump. But why? Why do you think this? First of all, the last lower high is this one over here. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Look at the macro perspective, okay? We need to take a look at the clear pivot highs and the clear pivot lows, guys. We're looking at market structure. Guess which is the last lower high? Looking at the macro. This is one impulsive move to the downside. You don't get any clear pivot highs here. You don't get any clear movements like this. It's just a big, massive drop. As long as you are below this level over here, all of this is just one entire impulse on the macro. So what you're forming here, potentially, is an ABC correction into a harmonic pattern. And, you know, the possibility here, you currently are slightly above the 0.78 fib level, okay? You're currently slightly above the 0.78, right? 0.78 is this one right over here. If we do consolidate here at the $1.50, I will be putting a big fat short position on Matic. Only if we consolidate here at the 0.80, right? 0.78, 0.80, we're currently above 0.78 fib level. If we do start making this, it's probably just going to swing failure from this high on April right there. Just going to claim that small little liquidity and still be below this level over here. Only if we do create that price action in the next coming days, guys, I will consider getting into a short position. All right, so I tell you what, I'm going to put an alert here on Matic to see if we do get above this range and just to see what kind of price action is to follow once we claim this high. Because if we do break out really nicely with some volume, yeah, any retracement will likely get a big fat bounce and these highs will be claimed. But if you slightly get above this level, it's going to be very, very choppy on Matic. This level is exactly the $1.50 range, okay? We're getting above the $1.50. I'm looking for that potential small double top, consolidation, exhaustion to complete this possible Gartley pattern right over there, okay? We need to wait to see this. This is going to happen in the next coming days. That exhaustion happens, you know what? This will form a mountain. It will roll down. It will lightly roll down. Something that we want to pay attention right over here. Hey, we could blast through this range. Now, if we do blast through this range, we know the deal. You know, if we do have a solid breakout with high volume, you know, there are opportunities to get into higher lows. We need to consider this uptrend structure. We need to consider the uptrend structure and the amount of support that there will be, all right? Looking at volume on the lower time frames to try and get into that momentum if the breakout is solid. So we'll be focusing on the you know, you'll be focusing on the lower time frames. Check out the volume and take a look at those resistance turning into support on Matic. But overall, we do get that choppy action here, getting above this horizontal level for that swing failure from that high. That high created right over here. I mean, I'm on the lower time frames here. Let me just zoom out. The high here created in April of 2022. It's an interesting level for that potential short. We're very, very near that level. I'm going to put an alert slightly above the high and just see how we're going to react. Long Andy like, yeah guys, we're having some bearish divergence on the like button. Make sure to destroy the like button, guys, on your way in, on your way out. Give a little bit of support here for the technical analysis. Come on, we did talk about that. It was a good entry. It The drop was a little bit aggressive. We want to be careful, but you could, we always give invalidation points, right? We always talk about your stop loss. It doesn't matter getting stopped out. It was insane. On one of my latest live streams a few days ago, which is the only stop loss that I had here for the last couple of weeks. Oh my goodness, I got absolutely bashed. People were like, oh, you got stopped out, stop loss. Like, people get stopped out. Show me people that are transparent on YouTube that tell you, hey, I got stopped out. Stop losses are there to protect yourself, to have good risk management. We show you the risk to reward here. Totally transparent right there. If you enter right there and you got invalidation point, you're looking to claim the highs here. You got 3 times your stop loss, guys. You got 3 times your stop loss. And this is what it's all about. I got into that short position here beautifully yesterday. I'm still part in that short position. Relatively small. It's there. It's still a few, locked up here over $600 down there with half of the position. I'm leaving half open just in case we do even go lower. But guess what? The risk to reward, guys. Yes, you got that damn right. The risk to reward was huge. It was like 4, 5, even 6 to 1. Let me just repeat that over here. Aiming for the potential lows even, I was aiming for these lows, even for these lows, but you can already see it. Hey, you hold some of that position, you close even lower. Hey, you're making bank here. You're making the risk to reward that you're looking for. Have tight invalidation points, guys. Always. This is super important. I cannot stress this enough. Andy, best BTCTA on anyone online, says Jennifer Lane. Thank you very much. Yes, Splash Fire says, hey, to get stopped out, super chatos hermanos, Mark Dutch, thank you very much. To be stopped out, to be stopped out in a small loss feels a lot better than getting wrecked and trapped. Absolutely, guys. I can share a few different pictures of the trading account from some people. And they're showing me positions, right, where they've entered a short. I'm sorry, I really don't want to laugh. I really don't want to disrespect, because I'm also a mentor. I want to, help people seriously and explain to them how you actually can make gains in this market. If you're cold-minded, you need to be cold-minded and be very, very strict. You need to be like a robot when you are trading. No emotions, have good risk management. Just risk management, basically. The emotions come. You know why you have emotions when you're trading? Because you're risking too much. You're risking too much. This is why you have emotions. That's why I say psychology is a bunch of BS. Psychology is followed by risking too much, by not having good risk management. You know what? In the course, I don't talk about anything about psychology. There's a small little video that says, hey, you need to follow this rule to have good risk management. You do not follow this rule, you will lose money. Anybody that is going to join the private Discord is going to start sharing with me, I'm in a massive loss, I got wrecked, I got this. I'll go to him and say, hey, come here with me. Let's go together and watch this video. That video is short and sweet, and it says, you need to do this, you need to do this, and you need to do that. Which one did you not follow? Because if you got wrecked, you did not follow those steps of risk management. It is simple as, guys. Really. I'm probably sounding a little bit cocky, talking like this about it, but it's like that. It is like that. I've learned the hard way. A lot of people learn the hard way, and it needs to be said. It needs to be said several times. Anyway, like I said, I got someone here sharing short positions, from this range. We're trading all the way up here. What are you doing in a short position here when price action has gone absolutely much more against you? What are you doing? We are talking about the risk of Bitcoin actually going to $28,000 potentially. Maybe this liquidity grab above $25,000 is not only going to be a wick and we're going to come back down, guys. What if we do break above 25,000 and we go to our next biggest resistance zone, which is coming into $28,000, $30,000, the lows from 2021. What if that does happen? You know, a lot of people will get extremely wrecked. You know, there are a lot of liquidations still at that range, you know, 27, 28, 30. There's a lot of liquidity. So we want to cut losses, guys, because you know. Let's take a look at the super chatos, my friend. Right away. Trader psychology includes risk management. Hey, it's risk management. You don't have you don't have good risk management. You're not going to be good psychologically. You're going to have your emotions. Oh my goodness. Oh this. Risk management is the number one thing. I can show you a bunch of books here that I haven't burned them yet, but I'm planning to burn them because it's pretty cold where I'm living here. Let me just get you here. Let me just get you a couple of these books. Where are they? I'll probably even burn them. This one right over here. It's in Spanish. Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone. I mean, I'm not going to break it, but I would just break that. I would just break every single page of this book because it's a bunch of BS. But anyway, I'm not going to do it. It's a book. You know, it's a book. I don't want to do it, but I'll probably put it in the fire tonight because it's cold where I live. Yeah, all the risk management books are good, not the psychology ones. Let's take a look. Let's take a look here at Bufo's Super Chatos. Hermanos, Andy, is Filecoin topped out? Can we look for a short? Let's take a look at Filecoin right away here for Bufo, my man. Thank you very much for the Super Chat. Thank you for being a long-term supporter. What is this? Wow. What happened to... Yeah, what happened to Filecoin? US dollar. Oh, US dollar longs, I was going to say. File US dollar. Sorry, guys, about that. Ooh. Let's zoom out here on Filecoin. And hang on, guys, with the super chats. Oh, this one was... Hey, good zone of accumulation down here, no doubt. I didn't buy any Filecoin myself, but it was pretty obvious that this zone over here is a must-buy zone, right? If you coming down to the bear market lows of 2018, 2019, 2020, on a, you know, really, I'm not sure if it's a legit project. It's definitely famous. A lot of people have been talking about Filecoin during the bull market the last couple of years. But really nice, interesting zone to pick up some Filecoin, right? You're probably up 2-3x from the lows if you did want to buy, you know, into this crypto. Has Filecoin topped out? Let's get these wedges out of the way and stuff here from old analysis. This blue horizontal line, I'm not sure why this is here, but I can't remember. It's not indication. This was probably from a live stream. Anyway, let's do just a fresh analysis to see where we at here with Filecoin, and we'll jump straight into Bitcoin. Okay, guys. So far, we've got an above an interesting level here. We got above an interesting level. Okay, why is this an interesting level? Well, we can see here the price action. Right, you have several peaks and consolidations at this price action. We've had a relatively nice blast off from this range. So, yeah, why would I think that this has peaked and we're looking for a short position? This is the question. Still trending up very aggressively. We need to take a look at resistance zones. It's steady moving up, so for the moment no signs of weakness. Let's take a look at why this could have a big reaction at this level. Let's take a look at Fibonacci retracement first of all, from this peak pivot high to the pivot low. You know where I think it could get a reaction? 61865. Not only because of Fibonacci. We don't trade just because of Fibonacci, guys. We know that. Because we had a massive consolidation at that level right now. It is exactly in between 618 and 65. Look at the massive amount of bounces that we had here in August. Absolutely crazy. I would stay cautious. I would not short this, especially as we are moving up like this. I would wait for higher, potentially $8. Potentially $8. And it's a nice round psychological number, right? $8 right there. And it's also been a massive support level here in August of 2022. You're hitting the 618 from the pivot high to the pivot low, 61865. That could be a potential shorting level. We don't have much resistance above us at this moment. Why, you may ask? Price action has moved very fast in between $7 and $80. Look at this. Fast price action right there. Fast price action right over here. We are, there's probably not much resistance. We did get some consolidations right here. Very, very fast ones, but you can see the price action moving very fast in between this zone here in August. So let's take a look at volume profile here 1 second. Well, yeah, even better. We can see that spike on the VPVR, which is exactly at the 618, and it's exactly at the support level from this zone from August. A big gap in volume. Hey, stay cautious in shorting this because you're probably going to get burnt. I would let it to go a little bit higher to the $8 range. Wait for that reaction. Then we're talking, guys. Then we could talk for a potential shorting scenario. Boom, absolutely exploding. Bitcoin's breaking. Bitcoin's moving up. It wants to break the weekly level. Hey, this would be a take profit too for me if you did long from this level here, guys. Woo, what a long position, guys. Absolutely crazy. Was good. And the fall was aggressive, all right? We didn't ever get much consolidation on the lower time frames. Just a tiny little bit round formation on the 1 minute. But hey, highs are tested. What a move up. Talked about that scenario on the live stream at the beginning, knowing that the possibility of a bounce here is possible. Invalidation point here below the last higher low of the structure. Very, very nice, guys. Very, very nice. Best technical analysis in the world, says Aditya. Hey, yeah, very straightforward, very easy to understand. Yeah, are we going low? What potential entries? This is a big resistance, but we know the deal. I prefer longing in this massive run up, just like the long that was mentioned at the beginning of the live stream here, just at $23,750 approximately. That is a better long position, obviously, at this level, right? 23,800, you're at support. We are hitting resistance. However, guys, we need to understand the structure that we are in right now, and it's quite bullish, okay? It's quite bullish. Shorting this is, you need to be fast with your capital, guys, okay? You need to be fast. I don't like this potential short. Reason number one would be that you are testing this time second time. You might think, hey, isn't this a swing failure? Isn't it a failed breakout? Yes, but looking at the context, I don't know. This high hasn't been tested. We are probably going to be coming to this high in the next coming hours, couple of days. I would wait for a proper failed breakout for a potential short here. Oof. Weekly level just been tapped. It was tapped right there. Epic long position that I did take from this level. It is a resistance zone, not going to lie, but the context is not looking extremely bearish, okay? It does look like we want to pop up from this range. Stay a little bit cautious with shorts, guys. Unless you're shorting here all the way up here like the short that I am in, or longing is better, because the overall context, we can see it's relatively still quite bullish. If you are shorting, make sure to protect position. As soon as you come down, you could head short here. You could have entered a head short here for that potential double top. It's going to be difficult. I think it's potentially finally going to break. It's a difficult level. Even better, this was the best long position, in my opinion, to take profit from these highs. 618, take profit 1, the highs, take profit 2. But yeah, but we need to note its resistance. Who knows? Bears might kick in right now and say, you bulls are not going past above this resistance zone. It has been proven consolidation level right there as resistance. It's the weekly close and open from here. Let me just quickly go. Quickly close, weekly close and open from August, first and second week of August, guys. This is why it did get a reaction just a few days ago, right? We did get a reaction, right? If you do take a look at the price action, beautiful reaction right there. It was explained yesterday with pure technical analysis how this level was respected to perfection here to get that bounce and claim the highs. Absolutely beautiful. It's a resistance, no doubt in my mind, but the overall context, if we are tapping for the second time here, today, we're tapping this level for the second time. We want to be cautious with the overall context, okay? Because context here is still relatively quite bullish. Only shorts are going to be the ones that you want to, get a failed breakout, enter a 618, have tight invalidation points. Where would your stop loss be here? I would have to see a failed breakout. I would have to see a wick up. Okay, we have wicked above this level. Let me just zoom in here and explain that. We have wicked above the level. We've touched that weekly level to perfection as well. It has swing failured in the short time frame. Any short positions here, guys? Tight stop loss. Accept a tight stop loss if you wish. Don't have a stop loss all the way up here or up here, because the context is still relatively bullish. Best long position that could get you really good gains was this one here, mentioned at the beginning of the stream. But it is resistance, like I said. It is resistance. If you have good risk management, you can hop in a short, get a stop loss right there. Overall, this could still continue. This could also turn into an epic short, right? You're at resistance. Till you do not break that resistance, you're at resistance where you could get rejected. So, there is a possibility in coming down to these highs or this low also. So you can accept that, that potential risk to reward. The targets are simple here. The risk management is simple. There's not much support. Look at the volatility, up and down, up and down. If we do start moving down from this range, you are aiming for this level over here. That would be your take profit zone where you could get supported again. So you can see that risk to reward potentially, 3-4 to 1 risk to reward. Yep. If we do break above this zone, this is going to be interesting, right? We've got a big resistance level. Guess what? My favorite scenario here would be, and guys, whoever's here, smash up the like button, because this is an absolute phenomenal scenario that I'm going to explain right away. It's very similar to, I'm just going to say it's similar to this one, right? It's similar to this one. Because when you consolidate with high volume at a level, there's high volume here, no doubt. We could see it. Okay, high volume. Look at this, low volume here this morning. Very low volume. Guess where the high volume is? At the resistance. at the resistance, guys. You get a solid breakout from this level. You know what is likely to happen, right? That is a potential good entry if you do get that solid breakout with high volume. You know, that is a possibility. That's something that I would be considering for a long scalp as well. Only if you have a solid breakout with high volume. You could break out from this zone, get acceptance down below. No longs taken. No longs taken. It needs to be a solid breakout, guys. So yeah, let's go through here. I got another super chatos. I see pumping. I am in a long, fingers crossed, says Daniel. Hopefully you did get into a long position here where we talked about longing this range at the beginning of the stream. It was a little bit of aggressive. We did talk about that also because of the drop, right? The drop was very aggressive. But we talked about the possibilities, talking about the ES. ES is getting a little bit of rejection right now. So it's moving down. Moving down right now, the ES from the lows created on the 10th of February. Fingers crossed. Don't have fingers crossed. Have good risk management. That's what you need to have. That is all. Not fingers crossed. Super great content. Andy says, Danny Flammer. Hey, thank you very, very much for the insane support. I really like people that are saying, you know, great content. They do appreciate the content here on YouTube. Absolutely phenomenal. For every hit on the like button, a mod disappears. Joseph, Mark, you guys are insane. Thank you very much for joining. Right, we've got Game Gab here. Hi, Andy. BTC getting closer to 618 level. 24,550, says Game Gab. Do you think that's a good level to enter short considering the volume? Thanks. Right, 618 from this high to the low. Okay, you probably taking a look at Fibonacci from this pivot high. You know, I would go to the ultimate high level. Okay, 24,550. It's getting close. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, it is the point of control, so the rejection is very likely. You know what would be the highest probability here for me? Would be coming up to the range here with high volume, like I explained. Coming down to this level, you got an almost guaranteed bounce, okay? Nothing is guaranteed here, of course. But you could have a relatively nice stop loss depending on how you hit the level. You will have time. You could react like this. Let's stop loss below the wick. Have an invalidation point. You could get that bounce to test the highs here again. Here's where you could double top because it's an important level. Yes, it is the 618. We don't only want to trade because of the 61865 range, even though it's respected many times, guys. It is the point of control right there from this consolidation that we had yesterday. So we need to take that into consideration as well. First pump hitting that level. Stay extremely cautious, guys. We could blast through this range. You know what? You know what? And this is a good lesson learned, guys. This was mentioned on the live stream. It's where I got stopped out. Let's talk about stop losses as well here. Not always gains, guys. We need to talk about those small little losses as well because they do happen. You know where I was bearish, right? We're going to talk about it right away. Right over here. This is the exact level where I got stopped out, guys. It was the point of control. It was from this pivot high to the pivot low, the 50% Fibonacci. From this pivot high to the pivot low, it was nothing. But from this pivot high to the low, it was 50% Fib. It was point of control. And guess what? We did get a reaction, guys. The reaction did happen. We talked about, you know, it was an ascending triangle as well, you know, afterwards. But you know where I got stopped out? You know, I was saying, wow, we're getting a reaction at the point of control, 50%. I'm looking at this to see exhaustion. For me, this was exhaustion, but no, it was finally an ascending triangle and it broke to the upside. Guess where I entered the trade? I entered right over here and I got stopped out right over here. Just imagine if I was still in that short position. Oh my goodness, I would be absolutely wrecked. No, we keep it a nice little tight loss and accept it. So, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. We need to be very, very cautious with this massive uptrend that we are right now for the last few days, because yes, we could hit point of control. Yes, we could hit the 618 fib level from this drop. We need to be very, very cautious. If you are getting into a short, have tight invalidation points. Have very good risk management, because you could continue up here. I prefer, if it is a solid breakout, guys, from this weekly level, proven resistance and support range, if it's a solid breakout with volume, to get in on the retracement at this level to come and test the highs again. That would be the best, highest probability trade scenario to continue this massive run up. If it were to continue, you know, that is the highest probability trade scenario that I do see there. Game Gab, stay cautious if you want to short a massive big pump here. You want to see a solid reaction. You want to see an exhaustion, a swing failure from the highs. You want to see something, basically. You want to see a reaction. If that doesn't happen, don't try and catch that short position, because you might pumpy and get absolutely recty. And we do not want that. We do not want that, okay? But it's not a bad idea. It's a big level. I understand you talking about it. I would much prefer something like this, right? Solid breakout momentum, high volume. You're going to get a quick little bounce here and a take profit. You could double top at that range easily, as it is a strong resistance. So just stay cautious. It's not a bad idea. So yeah, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, I got stopped out on that one too, Andy, says Jennifer. Hey, we could not win them all. It's the only stop loss I do remember for the last couple of weeks, guys. Got to be honest there as well, okay? We're honest with our stop losses, but we're honest as well with our gains. Hey, come on. I'm in a relatively nice short trade here, already taking profits. Got into a massive short, massive long, yesterday, because I'm shorting and longing, you know, consistently. You know, I'm not a perma bear or a perma bull. I am both. I can wake up a bull or wake up a bear. I don't know, depending on where we're at. But it was just a beautiful long position right there, and a beautiful short position that I'm still currently in. So overall, a small tiny stop loss from a few days ago. It's not going to affect the bank too much, isn't it? So yeah, it's guys, super chatos hermanos, Mark Dutch, thank you very, very much, my man. Andy, I could listen to your TA all day. It's better than the local news, is Gabriel. Wow. That is one comment. Gabriel, thank you very much for that insane comment. I want to go and cry right now. I want to go and cry. Only joking. But yeah, thank you very much for that comment. You know, these type of comments, you know, make me really happy. You know, somebody saying here, hey, Andy, I could listen to your TA every day. It's better than the local news. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Taonas, how are you, my man? Hi, Andy. Can you check natural gas? I have long from 2.5. Oh, don't make me take a look at natural gas. Don't let me take a look at natural gas, because I did get into a really nice trade position on natural gas. But anyway, we can talk about natural gas. You're in a long from 2.5. Oh, natural gas is collapsing, you know, because we haven't had such a cold winter. It's been just a few weeks of cold. But natural gas got absolutely destroyed. Wish I would have held my short here from the $8 range. Before we go through $8, guys, I just want to put here quickly, okay? Smash up the like button, guys, right away. But I need to talk about this, guys, because this is absolutely huge. And there is big things coming, okay? It's in the pinned comment right now. Pinned comment. Take a look at it right away, guys. Just comment right now. And what I want to explain about this pinned comment is you can send crypto for free and instant right now, okay? And it's been going on for quite a few months, but you know, people need to know this for mass adoption. It has to be one of the most easiest to use applications out there. This is Kasta application, guys. It is live right now, and it's available on most of the European countries, guys. You do get 200 Kasta tokens once you deposit $20. You get 200 Kasta tokens locked. You can send crypto for instantly and for free. Bitcoin to Bitcoin, Ethereum to Ethereum, all right? is absolutely huge. Using the link down below, okay, on your mobile, you need to use your mobile because it's a mobile app. Just by saving, if you do recommend to someone to use it, you also get 200 Kasta tokens if they deposit $20. Guys, it's absolutely insane. I've been using it for the last few weeks. You can send in crypto instantly and for free. This is going to be a pioneer app for crypto payments, all right? It's going to be the fastest. Big features coming up on Kasta. They are working very, very hard. And yeah, guys, I've been using it for the last few weeks. No Kasta in the US, yes, unfortunately, it's not available there yet. I know it's for most of the European countries and some other countries, of course, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I'm using it quite a lot, and the good thing is that you save your contact, okay, your friends. You don't need to use these long addresses. Just by saving the contact of your friend, if he does have the Kasta app, you're sending crypto instantly, guys, for free. I mean, what else? What else? It's a big thing, guys, out there, because no application, no exchange, no wallet sends crypto for free. They've developed a really, really cool application, easy, friendly to use, where you can send instant and for free, guys. You need to check it out. You need to try it, and then you can comment about it, okay? Don't comment if you haven't used it. Comment after using it for a few weeks. And now we're talking. So Kasta available in Asia. It all depends on what country. I think it is available in a few countries, but I know it's available in most of the European countries. You probably need to figure that out if it is. Try and downloading it. So yeah, yeah, guys. So you need to try it, okay? I know a lot of people, it is what it is. A lot of projects launched in the bull market. I can tell you already, 99.9% of the crypto projects out there have gotten destroyed in the bear market, guys. And it is what it is. You can take a look at any cryptocurrency. If you do take a look at the price data, you can see from the all-time high, or the highs from the bull market, all of them got absolutely destroyed. You name it, you can take a look at a lot of the cryptos. This doesn't mean that a lot of the projects are working behind the scenes with very cool features. And I can tell you already, you will just see, guys. You will see. Kasta is going to be absolutely huge. Big features coming. So anyway, guys, you got the application in the pinned comment, all right? You can see the pinned comment right over there. It needs to go with mobile app. This is how you download the application. You get 200 Kasta tokens locked if you deposit $20. India country, this app says all motivation. Can you use it there? I'm not sure if it's available in India, actually. Right. Andy, there's nothing wrong with you. Come on, guys. There's a lot of hate on some people. You got to stop with this hate. Come on. SWISSBORG already does free transfers to other app users. Instant for free. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a big battle in between the big ones, but I know there's really cool features coming out for Kasta, and I will tease them in the next coming weeks potentially. But if it's going to be one of the top crypto apps in payments, you can figure out what is coming next, right? So anyway, yeah, make sure to get those free 200 Kasta tokens just by depositing $20. Anyway, let's talk about technical analysis, right? We are here for this as well. We're here for technical analysis. Hey, Andy, can you please take a look at LTC and give us suggestions? Right, let's take a look at Litecoin right away, guys. And don't worry, guys. I'm here for the community as well. Contribution to Bybit margin for shorts, says Henry. Let's take a look at Litecoin here right away. Can I withdraw the 200 Kasta, please? Well, no, because it has to be locked for a short period of time, because if not, everybody would just do the same thing, right? It's like getting the bonuses from the description, guys. You know, on Bybit, you do have $30,000 worth of bonus. So let's deposit a huge amount and let's withdraw the bonus. I mean, of course, these tokens will be yours, But the bonus is for trading, right? You can withdraw the profits in the case of Bybit. You know, they need to lock the tokens, you know, for a short period of time at least, because if not, everybody would just, you know, sell them for dollars, right? And you know, this cannot happen. You know, they need to have a short period of time where they can lock them. It makes total sense, right? BTC going to test the top again, right? Let's take a look at Litecoin here for one of the supporters here in the community. And yeah, Bitcoin looks quite bullish, guys. Stay cautious. Stay cautious. That long from the beginning of the live stream was the long entry, guys. That was the long entry. Remember, we still have a lot of liquidity above 25.2. It looks like we want to test the highs again here. This is why, yeah, if you want to jump into a short, make sure to have a relatively tight stop loss. But I can already tell you that there's higher probability right now, guys. You know, even though this is resistance, we want to break this resistance. You know, your long entry was here. That was a really nice long entry, guys, from beginning of the stream. Short entry here. Context does look quite bullish. So stay cautious. Why is Bitcoin so strong? Shorting seems bad idea today. Yeah. Yes, very good. Yesterday was a good short because we failed to break out. We were tracing to this zone. You know, I might consider closing the rest of the short, right? You know, I'm going to consider closing the rest of the short. I'll tell you what, I'm going to close it. No, I'm just going to leave it open. I don't mind. It's 50%. I've taken profits. You know, it's a profitable trade, yes or yes. But yeah, we want to break resistance here. If you are in a trade from this level, I would definitely hold some of that trade, at least to the point of control. You could take some profits there, 20, 30% or 50% from your remaining trade. And, you know, you could probably test the 25,300 range in the next coming hours, couple of days. This will turn into an epic trade. Even though if you have 40% open, you know the deal. I mean, that risk to reward mentioned from the stream, first of all, was the highs. We're talking about take profit to at point of control, and the next take profit, of course, yeah, you're making an absolute bang in here. Even though if you have 40% of that trade open, right, you're still making 3-4 times, even though if you have 40% open of what you were risking, right? You do the math, you do the numbers. Not looking bad. Check Magic Coin. Bitcoin is the magic coin. What is magic coin? Anyway, we were gonna take a look at Litecoin. Got distracted there. Magic coin. What is this? Magic coin? Yeah, let's not take a look at magic coin. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Is it this one? Magic? Let's take a look at Litecoin right away. Oh, Litecoin is at a big resistance zone. Nice round psychological number, $100. Litecoin is at $100. Just hit that $100 a few hours ago. Slightly below 100 right now. It was the ultimate support level from the bear market here. Well, from the big correction from the bull market here in 2021. Massive bounce here. Massive bounce there. I don't know. It's big resistance, guys. It is big resistance as it was big support. What else can we take a look here on Litecoin? Yeah, we got a lot of pivot highs here to take a look at Fibonacci, but yeah, I mean the last pivot high, which is the real last lower high, guys. Lower low, lower low. Sorry, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Big massive impulse to the downside. There's no big major corrections here, so we're still below the macro last lower high on Litecoin, which is exactly at $133. When we take a look at Fibonacci from that last lower high pivot level, because all of this is an entire impulse, we are hitting the 618. 61865 range. We are at a proven support level. It's going to be fun to see the next coming days. We are getting a reaction from that range. We already got a reaction here a couple of days ago, as you can see, right? Where we did, this is the daily chart. Let's go to the 4 hourly. Hey, reaction is happening. More reactions you get, in my personal opinion, the more exhaustion. If for me, this kind of reaction, like this failed breakout, is not making it weaker. The bulls are getting weaker with the attempts in breaking out. So yeah, stay cautious with this. This could have a really nice retracement. I would be paying attention on Bitcoin, okay? I know Litecoin has been moving a little bit different than Bitcoin. But overall, if Bitcoin, Bitcoin looks bullish, yeah, why not? Litecoin probably is going to blast through this level as well. Litecoin is like the little brother of Bitcoin, right? So if Bitcoin is bullish, no doubt we could get above strongly some big resistance. I wouldn't be looking to short Litecoin if I am bullish on Bitcoin and I do see it retesting 25.2k again. It wouldn't be a good idea. This is why when I'm trading altcoins such as Litecoin, which is a large cap crypto, it's the little brother of Bitcoin, I'm taking Bitcoin into consideration a lot. Bitcoin does look like it could get above 25.2, even though for that liquidity grab that there is from these short positions above 25.2, then 25.3, right, basically. I would be cautious in trying to short an altcoin like Litecoin, even though it's at a big strong resistance, because you know what? It could break it. It could break the resistance. What I would take into consideration here, instead of looking for shorts, is wait to see how Bitcoin goes above the highs. Wait to see how Litecoin breaks this high. For the moment, it's getting a reaction. Yes, you could say it's getting exhausted. But let's not forget Bitcoin, the big daddy, the number one crypto. Bitcoin does have a high chance and testing 25.2, 25.3k again in the next coming days. If Bitcoin does look like it could have that attempt, let's stay cautious trying to short these altcoins, because yeah, we know the deal. They are likely going to follow Bitcoin. So I would be paying attention on Litecoin if it has a solid breakout. We'll be looking at other resistance, but overall, I would be following the trend. The massive trend is your friend. And if it does break this huge resistance, you're at least going to get one bounce from it, guys. Even though you create choppy action, I'm not sure if the breakout is going to be huge. You might just go to $108 or $109, and then you're coming down here. You will get that bounce with high probability to test the highs, right? This is what you do in an uptrend. You test the highs consistently, highs tested, higher low, highs tested, higher low, highs tested. This is what happens consistently. So if you make that high and you come and correct down, you can know that with high probability, you are going to get a bounce and you're going to test the highs. Question is, will you double top, triple top, and then start getting acceptance below the resistance and breaking really the structure last higher low? That is the moment you want to start considering into getting into that lower high, right? To follow the next leg down. But till you do not break that structure and you get the loss of momentum, you want to try and get into that high probability long scenario as the trend is your friend. I like to try and catch the highs, guys. You know that, but I have good risk management. I have a decent trading account, and I can afford to try and catch the top with good risk management. I don't care getting stopped out, because it's a minimum stop loss. So yeah, anyway, that's what I would be looking for Litecoin. If we have a nice solid breakout, then yeah, it's going to be looking pretty good. We could get that bounce very nicely from that $100. Nice round psychological number. So pay attention on that. That's what I would be looking for. If let's see Bitcoin. Let's see if it can break it. You know, I would S&P 500 back down here at the lows. This is going to be absolutely key. If it does solidly break the support, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. This 1 hourly close is important in my opinion. Check the 1 hourly chart. 1 hourly close is important. It could create a kind of another swing failure pattern. But yeah, more attempts that you have here on the lower time frames, it only makes me a bit more bearish. You know, there's only a certain amount of times you can test a level, you know, and then finally get that rejection. You know, in the next second, third retest, you want to break out from it already. You know, you don't want to have that choppy action because you are likely going to get a larger correction on that. BTC failed breakout. For the moment, yeah, on the extreme lower time frames, such as the 3 minute, it's failing to break out. Let's remember here, though, that we are still trending pretty up here. The moment we lose this level here on the lower time frames, yeah, it will look like that we are going to go lower. Stay cautious. Look at this on the 1 minute time frame. You know, this is ascending still. This is still ascending. This is still very much ascending, as you can see here on the chart. So yeah, stay cautious, guys. Have very good risk management if you're trying to get into some shorts here. You know, this is a really nice long from this. That was the nice long level. Like I said, I've given you another scenario that I would be paying attention. I lost that long level here because I was doing the analysis for the live stream. But what I would be looking would be a solid breakout here and getting that bounce from that weekly confirmed big level of resistance and support on Bitcoin. It's a big zone, guys. Why not wait for the breakout? Bang, have a big breakout. Then you're entering trading opportunities when you have the volatility. Just like we had that breakout from this level. Just while I was starting the live stream, we were pumping. And guess what? We dumped all the way down. I was thinking, hey, this range could be support. We could dip slightly below. We got the point of control. We got higher low structure. This is still higher low. Ooh, this zone does look pretty good for a quick scalp long. We bounced really nicely. In the end, it was a bit risky, also said, because of the drop, right? We don't want to try and catch falling knives, but you can have tight invalidation points from the structure, which would have been right over here. So wait for that big movement, guys. I would wait for the breakout if it does happen. You know, big breakout, high volume, then you're looking potentially for a quick little bounce, right, to claim the highs. That's what I would be doing here in the next coming hours. Can't be more clear than that. Anyway, let's take a look. Let's take a look at let's take a look at the comment section. Yes, it's not failed just yet. Maybe another $50 down still. Yeah, it's there. It's there. It is exhausting. It is exhausting. It is a bit exhausting. And it is resistance, guys. We are clear. It is clear that it is resistance. I mean, we are getting the move down right now as we speak. It could still wick up from this low. Let's see here on the lower time frames. If it moves down here solidly, then yeah, we're moving much lower. So oh, if it stops here, we could get a recovery. There's not a big breakdown. But yeah, if it starts moving down, then yeah, we've lost the level. We're coming to claim the low range. Very likely. Very likely we're coming to claim the lows right now. This low range. Low range to be claimed. But Wick still. Filecoin. We have taken a look at Filecoin already. Just a few minutes ago. Hey Andy, I am following you since the last 4 months, and today was the first day where I have heard for your regarding a crypto that we can go for a long. Anyways, thanks for the suggestion. Capil. So I've been bearish. Long. I've been long in it. I do long and short every single week. It's the star of the day, says NB. Racing Pixel, let's get those likes pumping, says. Yes. Hey, thank you very much, my man, for the insane support. Let's get those likes pumping. Squeeze shorts out. He is invested in Kasta. Yes. Also, I mean, there's nothing bad about that. Come on, guys. Stop attacking. Stop attacking. You're talking about Kasta, guys. It's absolutely phenomenal. I wish I could show you here, but I'm not going to get the mobile out and say, hey, look, you know, you can send crypto for free and instant. It's available on almost every country in the European Union. I'm not sure that other countries, you have to figure it out, okay? You get 200 free Kasta tokens by just depositing $20, and you can send those $20 in crypto, guys. Bitcoin to Bitcoin, Ethereum to Ethereum, Tether to Tether, instant and for free. Just by saving, you know, you can refer to a friend with your referral link as well. He and you will get 200 Kasta tokens if he deposits $20. And you are sending it instant and for free just by saving the contact number. You don't have to copy the address or large address with numbers. It's just contact number, guys. You have it. If you are watching this from your mobile, you can download the app in a matter of seconds using the link in the pinned comment, guys. It only takes a few seconds. You sign up, you can send crypto for free and instant. Anyway, something that I wanted to point out there, guys. It's absolutely huge. Some big things are coming out, which will be announced in the next coming weeks. You know, I'm a strong supporter in Kasta, of course. Of course I am. Yeah, maybe Kasta is not a scam, guys. I can tell you already, it is not. Okay, they're working very, very hard, and big things are coming. Oh man, guys, you are funny in the comment section. Yeah, no scams will be promoted on this channel. I can tell you right that. You know, you probably don't like people that have been talking about it, but you know, yeah. Long or short now? Long or short now? Very good question. Hey, now we are in insider range here in Bitcoin. That is no man's land, okay? This is what I like to call no man's land. If you take a look at the beginning of the stream, we talked about the possibility here and getting a bounce on this movement to the downside as we are creating higher lows and we're getting to the weekly level and the point of control from this zone. You're following structure, you could get that bounce. We have a massive resistance level. This has only been talking during the stream. Since the stream has started, we've been bouncing up and down from this range. So you know the deal. We need to get above resistance or we need to break support. Here is where you will find your trading opportunities. Period. That's it. It is it. That's it, guys. Accept it. This is what you need to wait for. This is no man's land now, so we could be dancing around here for, you know, for a few hours. No man's land. Not interested in trading. We talked about potential short. Bit risky. Have good risk management. We're moving down now. It's a resistance zone. Potential long. Only levels for that trading opportunity on this live stream was here long or here short. Riskier short. Not that risky long. Break above this resistance, we got some potential scenarios that could happen where you could take advantage. No man's land. I don't care what the price does when we're inside of this range below 24.3 and above 23.8. I'm not interested because I don't know what is going to happen. And if I don't know what's going to happen, I'm not going to risk any of my capital. Yeah, guys. Anyway, I've been here for quite a bit. BTC short 100%, Andy. BTC short. I'm still in that short. I wouldn't mind Bitcoin correcting and breaking this support level, as I am in no long positions. I'm still in part of this short position that was traded and mentioned on yesterday's live stream, guys, that, you know, we could have had a really nice risk to reward mentioned on yesterday's live stream when we were trading exactly at this level. We were trading exactly at this level, guys, explaining why this was a good risk to reward short position. It was at least a 2-to-1 from what you're risking. It's turned into a bit more than that, because why not hold some? Why not understand, you know, the possibility of this large swing failure pattern from the highs of August? Yes, there is liquidity above this range. Yes, we are very close. Yes, we could hit that level. This is why we take profits. We take profits and protect position. But leaving a part open is good. It is good in my opinion, because you could get a little bit of aggressive drops depending on what happens with DXY and stock market. We got Mark Dirch here saying, visit Bitcoinsensus website for more information about Andy's Legends trading course. Legends Bitcoinsensus, 50% discount for the first 50 subscribers. I think we just slightly hit 50 subs, but there's a lot of people that have been waiting for this course, and we're going to extend the 50%, okay, till Monday, because it's not fair to get the discount off in the next, you know, by today or tomorrow. And then I know I'll be getting DMs saying, hey, I've been waiting for this, you know, for the last few months, you know, come on, I missed out, I didn't watch your stream. So it is there, guys, you know, it's going to be there for the next coming days. The private Discord, okay, where you're going to get my analysis every single day, private live streams, you're talking about setups, proper setups, that is getting launched in the next 1 to 2 weeks, okay? So just to not get people confused, this is the course first. I'm more interested in people learning. This is an educational educational channel where I do go through those educational modules, okay? So people can learn. Then we can do the private Discord. Then we can, you know, interact, talk about potential scenarios. I'll be focusing a lot on Bitcoin trading. So anyway, that is there, guys, okay? It is still there. You know, you still get a 50% discount. Don't worry. That is going to go on for the next coming days, because I know a lot of people have been waiting for it, and maybe a lot of people haven't seen it. So that is going to be there for a few days. Check it out, guys. The link is down below in the description for that. A lot of people have been waiting, but more people are waiting for the private Discord. That is going to be huge as well. But patient, guys, patient. There's a lot of work behind, a lot of hours behind all of this. Scam equals still confused about money, says Gabriel. Yes, true. Mark Dirch, thank you for clarifying that. You're the man. You're the man. Thank you very much. Raising Pixel. Thank you guys for the insane support. Nice. How every influencer needs a side hustle in the bear market. Money for Discord. Hey, I cannot make this for free. You know, I've shared every single analysis, trading, you know, it's actually fun. I absolutely love people with good comments in the comment section, you know. Of course, you know, this takes hours for me, hours and hours. Private Discord and community answering questions from a lot of people is taking a lot of time from me. I am not from a church, and, you know, I'm not from the Salvation Army. You know, this is also going to be my job. So mentoring people and being my job for them to be successful traders. And yeah, this is, you know, I'm not from the Salvation Army, like I said. You want to get in? Yeah, you want to, you want to put some bucks behind it, because I'm going to, you know, be working on you. Simple as. You know, it's not too complicated to understand. If you want free content, then go to, you know, to I don't know. Buffa, you're very welcome, my man. Really, I got Kapil here saying, really thanking you for the learning given on the live streams. I have learnt from applying FRVP, FIB, and got good profits. Again, thank you. Wow, Kapil, hey, absolutely phenomenal. Yes, we do. We do give free educational content here. and it's good. But if you want to learn every single thing and the pure strategies, you know, which are just a few, guys, if you take a look at the course, it is straightforward. I just go through and making you understand, and I want people to take a look at the module several times, because of course, not by looking at the course, you know, you're suddenly going to become a pro trader. You need to practice a little bit. This is what takes, you know, a good trader: experience and practicing. But you got the tools there in 30 modules, all right, on how to be a successful trader. And I take off a lot of things. Yes, Delta is really good, and Footprint, I know it is good, but you don't need them to be a successful trader. You don't need Bollinger Band. You don't need moving averages. You don't need a bunch of indicators. You don't really need them. Just by these few tools that is mentioned on the course is more than enough, showing you the proven strategies on the course, that if you are very disciplined and have a good risk management, you don't need nothing else. You don't need nothing else. Over information is just going to get you confused, guys, and it is like that. I've tried all sorts. I've tried Ichimoku clouds, and I've tried, you know, I was going to say something crazy, but yeah, not going to be talking crazy, guys. You know, the more easy and simple your analysis is, and the good risk management that you have, the easier your trades are going to be. You're the only TA I trust so much. Gains amazing work, says Guitar X Fought Wolf. Hey, when you get comments like this is what makes me insanely happy, guys. There's not much more to talk about on Bitcoin, right? I know people want me to take a look at some altcoins, but we talk about the levels, get very much respected, scenarios that come to fruition that really are explained, or, you know, on the live stream. You know, I focus a lot on Bitcoin. Not much to say here. We need to get out of this level of no man's land to get into some potential scenarios. Of course, you know, moving up here would be really, really nice. If we do lose this last higher low structure weekly level, guys, you know what's going to happen, right? You know what is likely to happen, because I know you are likely to hit this low, and you are likely to get a rejection on a quick move on the lower time frames where you could find good opportunities. Anyway, thank you, Andy, my mentor, says Aditya. Aditya's absolutely insane. Thanks to Aditya, because I was busy getting stuff ready, all right, with the content. Thanks to Aditya, I entered along here. Of course, he was telling me about this godly pattern here at this range pretty nicely on the lower time frames, but I was confirming the volume strategy, right, which is mentioned on the course fully into detail, and I'm thinking, wow, this is actually a really good long position. So thanks to you, my man, for getting there for that message. I actually jumped into a trade. So yeah, you thanking me, I'm thanking you here. Be careful trading this weekend, says Mark Dutch. Absolutely. Be absolutely careful trading the weekend. How long is the course? 1 month, 1 year? How long? Hey, you can finish the course in a matter of days if you want. It all depending on how much you put into it. You know what is good about this course? That is nice, short and sweet, and goes straight to the point. I've done dozens of courses out there. They just talk about, huge amount, a bunch of falaba and everything, it's just too much information and too much talk. I go straight into the point, explaining everything. I go through candlesticks, okay, but just, I'm not going to talk about a hanging man and, a doji candle. No, because this is not going to give us trading opportunities. I go through the specific tools and risk management straight to the point, guys. And what you need to do is just practice with that proven strategies that work, that is on the course. Easy as, guys. I cannot give you any more information. It is nice, short and sweet, straight to the point on what works and what works for me. And it's not thousands of indicators. It's just what really works, and that is it. And don't worry, private Discord will come, and we'll be banging into some really nice trades together. Monday bank holiday, says Mark Dutch. Thank you for reminding that. Bank holiday on Monday, Mark Dutch. Right, guys, make sure to join the Telegram if you wish. Like Mark Dutch says, you got the links of the socials down below if you want to follow, you know, the different socials, Twitter and everything. We've gone through Bitcoin potential scenarios. Check out Kasta, guys, because Kasta is insane. I have been using it for the last few weeks. Instant sending crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, US dollar tether. Super easy, friendly to use, okay? Really easy to use application. You get 200 Kasta tokens that will be locked for a short period of time when depositing $20. If you refer to a friend, you get also $200. Make sure to check out your referral program or once you download the app. Super easy, guys. It just takes a few seconds. You just figure it out. Send Bitcoin to someone and make sure to make him to send it back. It will be sent instant and for free. It's available for most European countries, guys. Check it out. No hate. Come on, guys. It's a working product and there are big things coming. Let's wrap it up, guys. We talked about the potential scenarios here on Bitcoin. Pure technical analysis, pure levels that are getting respected. We want to get out of this zone, guys, with volume to see potential opportunities on these movements. All right, not much to say. Stay cautious, guys. DXY getting a little bit of a drop. Overall, DXY, I think it can hold this range. We talked about this resistance right over here getting rejection, but also talked about the high probability of this having that breakout. Okay, it was highly probable that this was going to be more of a bull flag and having that breakout. Stay cautious when DXY is correcting here because we could hold the range. I am actually bullish for the next coming weeks on the DXY, and this could push the price of Bitcoin down in the midterm. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. Smash up the like button, and I will see you in the next one.